Okay, everybody, last minute glitch. We had a whole video that was set up and ready to go, but it turned out that we needed to have a private invite for everybody to be involved with it. So, as you can see, I did my makeup and my wardrobe. I was kind of hoping to sit and watch with you and munch on the hummus that I made. So luckily, hummus is not a very difficult dish to make. I made this one up in about 5 minutes. I love hummus. I make my own crackers that I have with it. You can use with raw vegetables. It's fabulous. All right, how do you make it? So, very luckily, I happen to have all the ingredients. How did that happen, right? I like to get organic, which is very easy to find at grocery stores these days. The nice thing too is beans, good source of protein, but not very expensive. So it's a great food to have around. I always have a couple of cans of garbanzo beans, or chickpeas as they're also known, hanging around in the pantry. I love this can opener because it can take your lids off without cutting yourself. Hold on, let me get a strainer. All right, so I like to get the organic beans so that they don't have any of the added pesticides and salt. Right now I am just draining and rinsing them. All right, I'm gonna show you what chickpeas look like just in case you don't know. I am very familiar with it, but some people don't cook with them or don't know what they are. All right, I'm going to put that into my container here. This is a food processor. What I like to do is just kind of pulse them first, just to start getting them a little bit mashed up. By the way, this is going to be the first of 2 live videos. Mary Ellen is going to come on in a few minutes and do the vinaigrette. Luckily, these are both very easy, quick recipes to do, and you'll see. All right, so basically, I just have this kind of mashed up like that. Now, let me get some measuring spoons, measuring cups. All right, I have some organic lemon juice here. Even better if you have fresh lemons. I did not get them this time, so I'm going to use my organic lemon juice that I have. I always have some in my refrigerator. I'm using that 1/4 cup for that. And I'm using tahini. Now, a couple of you had asked me whether if you don't have tahini, what can you use? Tahini is not usually something that most people might have in the pantry. Mary Ellen and I always do. But if you don't have the tahini, you can even make hummus without the tahini, and it tastes great. You might want to add a little bit more liquid, but just to make it creamier. This helps make it creamy. It adds a little bit of oiliness to it, as oils, healthy oils to it as well. Basically, it's nothing more than ground up, and this one pours. Sometimes they're kind of in a paste, but it's nothing more than ground up sesame seeds. So I'm just adding that into my bowl here. Very easy. I'm going to get a spatula because I love the tahini and I just want to get every little last bit of it. All right, there you go. All right, so I'm also going to cheat a little bit because I didn't have fresh garlic. I have pre-chopped garlic. Let me just grab a spoon. I put in about the equivalent of 1 or 2 cloves, which is about a rounded teaspoon. So I'm going to add that one in. I am going to, let's see, add in a little bit of salt and pepper. If I had to measure the pepper, it would be less than a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm sorry, less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. And I'm going to give a good pinch of sea salt here. I like to use Redmond's real salt. Sometimes I have a Himalayan salt. Now, this is your basic recipe. I'm just going to close that up. And we're just going to get that going. All right, and always, always, you need to scrape it down. Can you see how some of those pieces are clinging to the sides? Let's just scrape that down. I'm going to give it one more stir. If it looks like it needs a little bit more liquid, oh, it does, because I forgot to add something. I forgot to add my oil. Now, you can add olive oil, you can add avocado oil. This happens to be avocado oil that I'm just going to add in. And I put in just about a tablespoon's worth. All right. As you can see, I measured that perfectly. Okay. Let's mix that on up. All right. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? Liz and Paula and Debbie, Diane, thanks for visiting us. This is awesome. All right. This then is your classic tahini. I'm just going to spoon a little bit out so you can see what the consistency is like. There you go. Pretty thick. If you like a smoother tahini, you can add more liquid. You can add water. You can add, if you've made your own chickpeas, you boiled them up and you have chickpea water, you can add that in as well to grind it up. Sometimes what I like to do is if I'm using canned chickpeas and I want it nice and creamy, I'll actually boil the canned chickpeas just a little bit more, and it gives it a more, a creamier consistency, smoother. The other thing that I like to do is add in a little bit of flavor. And what I love to add in is cumin. So cumin is an essential spice when you're doing. I add in anywhere from a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of curry. That just gives a nice kind of different flavor to it. But feel free to add in any flavors that you like. Or a fun thing to do is when you put this in a bowl, make a little hole in the middle, and you can add salsa, or you can add pesto, or you can add roasted tomatoes. Anything that you like as a topping, as a sauce, you can put on top as well. If you like nuts, you can chop up a few nuts and put that on top as well. All right. Let me get a bowl that we can spoon this into. And then we're going to get ready for Mary Ellen to do her vinaigrette. All right. Just clean that off a little bit. And let me spoon this out. And here you have it. Now, while I'm watching the vinaigrette video, I'm going to be snacking on my homemade hummus with some tasty seed crackers. And there you have it. Whoops, they're going to tip over. All right, so hang in there for a minute. We're going to get Mary Ellen on the line, and she's going to do her video and show you that basic vinaigrette.